Golden State, which has been exceeding expectations in a series of matches against top Western teams that were expected to be very difficult, including a win in the All-Star game, which always receives a lot of attention from fans, has finally returned home to face their biggest rival. It is Denver, which has lost 9 straight matches against them, while Golden State has used all of its starting players despite it being a back-to-back match. Denver, which has not been in good form recently, was not in a comfortable position. While Golden State played small ball with DeGreen as the center, the away team, with Peyton Johnson, deployed a big lineup. With the two teams' significantly different starting lineups, Denver scored consecutive points using offensive rebounds. It wasn't easy to control Jokic without double teams. However, the home team forced Jokic to play defense and opened up the offense.
See the size. Denver puts a big guy on Steph a lot, but he can shoot over him as he hits a three.
And Steph Curry made a step-back three-pointer in a difficult situation. Michael Porter Jr. did his best defense, but it was no use. However, Denver took advantage of their size advantage to draw fouls, and Draymond Green's consecutive pass errors around this time gave Denver, who had been somewhat dragged, a comeback score. In addition, Gordon's presence, who becomes stronger whenever he faces the Golden State Warriors, was also a variable. The smooth passing game between Jokic and Gordon was what Denver wanted, and even so, Golden State did not double-team Jokic. In fact, the offensive strategy of attacking Jokic separately from the defense was not bad.
It'll shoot a three. That's no good. Jokic right there, and he puts it in this small ball.
The problem is that Nikola Jokic dominated the paint, which was expected, but the away team's size advantage was extreme. And even with Westbrook's perimeter support, who has been putting on a horror show these days, Denver was ahead in the firepower battle they wanted, despite Steph Curry's clear good shooting percentage. This was a favorable development for Denver, one of the best offensive teams in the league, and at the center of it was, of course, Nikola Jokic. Jokic, who attended the Burke School, gave Russell Westbrook a really sweet assist with a fantastic behind-the-back pass, but the home team's defense gave Jokic too much. With the double team gone, Jokic scored 15 points in the first quarter alone, and as a result, Golden State's defense was a miserable failure. However, when Jokic left, the flow of the game changed as if by magic, and Burakshin, who had been quiet in the first quarter, suddenly couldn't control his horror instinct and was literally throwing bricks instead of field goals. And in the meantime, the home team Golden State, which had been gradually narrowing the gap, added a steal following Jimmy Butler's appropriate assist defense, and significantly restored the double-digit lead that had once been open. Unlike the first quarter, Golden State, whose rebounding skills had improved, played a defense that practically induced Westbrook's three-pointers, and the home team, with Butler's fight, quickly closed the gap to 1 point. The atmosphere on the court changed this much without Jokic, and Curry's three-pointer after his rest created a score title. And when the Denver players' shooting did not go as planned even after Jokic was brought in, Golden State, which had been trailing, finally succeeded in making a comeback. Around this time, the home team's size with Looney and Kuminga coming in was not bad, and Steph Curry's highly efficient offense was still there. Despite being back-to-back, his aggressiveness was quite impressive. Golden State's defense, centered around Butler, also came alive, and Curry managed to hit a three-pointer despite his posture collapsing. Curry, who had activated spicy mode, was bombing the opposing paint zone, and this time he even caused a turnover from Christian Braun. Curry humiliated Braun on both offense and defense. With Curry and Butler doing their part, Golden State created a promising second quarter and took the lead in the first half.
Curry